Jeff Berlin Bass Mastery, a complete reading course for beginners. This is going to be the book we're going to work out of for these lessons. And if you're new to reading music and you've chosen to learn how to read music through the 4-stringed electric bass, we have a glossary here, and I'm going to go through this in this video. So hang tight, grab your bass, grab a hot drink. I'd have a coffee right now, but I've already had 3 coffees, so this is going to be for beginning bassists looking to learn music reading, and professionals or enthusiasts committed to practicing daily, 15 minutes to an hour. Also, individuals serious about mastering the fundamentals with the proven method. This glossary provides helpful advice for new readers. It briefly summarizes the 5 recommendations. No metronome. That's a controversy out there, so if you're a firm believer in metronome being imperative to one's practice, I understand. If this is the first time you've ever heard no metronome, I totally get it. I was in those same shoes before. I would ask, or just say as like a request maybe, to open up and, or not, to practicing without a metronome. So if that's something you can't do, this isn't probably the right channel for you. So, and the reasons for not practicing with the metronome, number one, is that if you have to just take your time and look at something and give it as many beats as it may need without a click going on, then that's perfectly fine here. And I'll just leave that as the main reason, and I'm going to move on to the second point as far as the recommendations here is to fix mistakes immediately. If you're playing and there's some deal that's you just notice is something that's off, to not ignore that, and just that's part of practicing. I've been practicing, and if I go over something that I'm not feeling like it was very smooth, and I just stop and go back and get back on it. Take breaks. Before taking breaks, number 3 is practice 15 to 30 minutes a day. Never practice until it feels stressful. If you're feeling pain while you're playing in your fingertips or anything, it's just not worth it to play through that. I would stop and just come back the next day. Take breaks. Learning is best done in small doses. Relax your hands as you read. Don't overstrike the strings or press the frets too hard. That's just basic technique. If you give it just the bare minimum amount of tension, it isn't going to sound any different than if you give it all the pressing tension that you can muster up in your fingers. It's all going to sound the same. On my right hand, if I'm pressing down and playing much harder or much lighter, that's one thing. But left hand, it's just one amount of pressure does the trick. And so the structure of the notes that are being played is an E, A, and D string. So each string we're playing 3 notes on each string, okay? It's gonna be like this open, each 3 note progression starts on an open string. And you're just going to want to start with one string at a time, looking at the music, looking down, taking your time. It's perfectly okay to look at the music, look down at the bass instrument, you know, bring your head around if you need to. I kind of like keep my head on a swivel pretty much all the time when there's places where I'm reading that I don't need to look down, and there's places that I do need to look down while I'm playing. Okay, so let's just play. I'm gonna just play through these 4 lines one time, just so you know. I'm gonna stop, turn the reggae down, E, starting with the E string. 4/4 is the time meter, that's a bass clef. Note name, fingering, E, F, G, 0, 1, 3 is the fingering. 2, 3, 4, open, 1, first finger, first fret with the F. 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then to the A string, open A. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, and then to the open G, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, B, and done. And so that's basically it, to just get an idea of the notes to be played in this part of the neck. And as you progress, you're gonna go up the neck and find out the different notes that correspond with the different frets. Okay? But this is just a beginner glossary for the very beginning bassist or beginner reader of music. Maybe you've been playing bass for a long time and now you're like, man, I really just want to start reading music. I know it's gonna really open up a lot of possibilities as far as my bass playing goes. When I started playing, I was playing double bass, so I had to learn how to read music. But when I went to electric bass, I was definitely using tablature. I learned how to play guitar in tablature. This opens up a whole universe of possibilities when you start learning notation and reading music. These are very simple exercises, but as you progress and the exercises get more challenging, you'll understand why it's a benefit not to have a click track that you're practicing to. Because in the very beginning, you want to work on just getting to know where the notes are, and you don't want anything to interfere with that. And then as the time meter comes through, you're practicing, the more you learn and become familiar with where the notes are, the more you'll be able to tap out a strong meter tempo while you're practicing. And if something gets too hard where you can't really get it in tempo, you simply just slow down as much as you need to so that you can find it. And then you just keep practicing that over and over and over again. All right, thanks for watching this. If you've watched to the end, I really appreciate it. My name is Eric Zuka. If you'd like to have a lesson, or if you have any questions about the electric bass, I'd really love to hear from you. My email is S as in Sam, C as in cat, Z as in zebra, UKA @gmail.com. Have a great day.